Hello everyone. Sorry for not casting there for a second. I was a little busy messing with the stream overlay thing, still getting the hang of the new stuffs. Very confusing. But yeah, that was draft for C team. I think we're on blue side. We'll find out. We'll find out when the game begins. Oh yeah, definitely blue side, looking at that Twitch ban, Draven ban. We are most definitely blue side. I'm gonna have a quick look at the lobby here. Ah. Here. This has already started draft. For some reason the League client is not putting out any sound for me right now, which is a bit annoying. Here we go. What's that? So while we wait for the spectator delay, we can have a look at the runes. That is a thing I can do now. Click and go better. That's not on screen. There you go. I'm not entirely sure if these are good runes for these champs or not. I'm not well versed in the game enough to know runes. Actually, Pantheon. I've played a bit of Pantheon. That looks like decent enough choices. Smolder, the very pokey one, I think that is. A little comic that goes. Kind of expect to see that on Smolder. Olaf. That one, yeah. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. As far as I can tell, at least. Now, it is just me for the moment, however, co-caster for today, Alice, should be joining us, but our bus is a little late. We'll have to wait until, I don't know, maybe 1/4 past-ish, maybe a little later, we'll see. But she should eventually be joining us. Okay, here we go. Game begins. Da-da-da-da. Got this nice setup here, and hopefully... Oh, it looks a bit, maybe we should, leave those for when the game actually begins. Oh. And I also need to change this because I was actually playing the game. Da-da-da. Alrighty. Now I need to press a few buttons. Turn on objective timers and the frames. Da-da-da-da. Oh, these guys did not pick in the correct order. That's a little annoying. However, that should be fixed fairly easily. There we go. Oh no, Rel is in jungle. Interesting. Pantheon support. Okay, now we can turn on this beautiful thing. And it's working today! Finally! Thank you for the follow! Alrighty. This is interesting, I've never had it all working correctly before. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna see if these new toys, if I can press the buttons. Okay, big leash on red side jungle there. No such thing for blue. However, it is an invasion for jungle by the Maokai there. Enemy Rel is not going to be too happy about that. Alright, so if I press this button, what does it do? Oh, I also need to do the volume. There you go. I always forget to put the waiting music away. So there's lots of streams where the game starts and the audio isn't quite what it's supposed to be. Anyway, this is a... Okay, that's odd. It's working on my overlay, but on the stream itself it seems to be broken, which is highly unfortunate. And I have a feeling gold is going to be doing... Yeah. Aw, man. How about this one? Is this one working? Ooh, the gold graph is working. Very nice. I like that one. And we do see here Edinburgh coming in, ganking top, but the Rel at the exact same time, and it doesn't quite work out for us. That's one kill going over, thankfully not two. Kinda bad, could have been worse. Now I do actually want to see here, Rel is giving chase. Can I get the camera on her? Ah, no, she's just... Let's go. Oh, but the Olaf here, coming in for the gank with the Maokai, getting some revenge. The Veigar and LeBlanc and Aatrox coming in, making this a bit of a team fight here. The Rel is being pincered, but so is the LeBlanc. Oh, but the Veigar sees low HP bars, goes for it, confirms the kill. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of Southampton there. Not quite what we were looking for. And one annoying thing with the overlay, it seems to be a little bit overlappy. With the numbers there. Wonder if we can fix that. Inhibitor button not showing anything. Interesting. About tower platings. 0 across the board. Is this working? It's working for me, but not for you. It's strange. My overlay has it at the top for gold. What do you mean by that? Because I can't see, like, the gold itself is, like, team gold is shown at the top there. Like, this gold leaderboard is supposed to show, like, the gold for each individual player. Similar to how when I press this, but in a bit more prettier fashion. No, for now, we'll just have to suffice with this. Which is a not looking too good, I have to admit. We're gonna hope Edinburgh can make a comeback here. Getting some revenge on the Aatrox there. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Game's quietened down a bit here. Oh, but the LeBlanc. Oh, nice. Very nice. First kill for mid lane. Took them some time. He does indeed. I saw him dodging and weaving all those Veigar skill shots. I think they are skill shots that Veigar has, right? I'm not hallucinating that up. No, very nice played. We do see Maokai there, going for the bot lane gank. But Rel swooping in, oh. I sense a little bit of a fight coming on here, potentially. Yeah, Veigar's coming down. Rel gets the first hit with the stun, the engage, all that stuff. They're singling out the Maokai. But he does make his escape. The Smolder ult coming in for a lot of damage. A little bit of action up there top lane. It looks like in exchange though we lost the Maokai for the Rel. So even on bot lane, a little bit worse on top there. But it's nothing we can't come back from. If we're looking at it purely in gold, we have secured a bit of an advantage here. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of the chat. Oh, it is gotten rid of. Interesting. All quiet once again. Not so much action going on. Not so much for me to be yelling at here. Oh, but Gengo going in once again. The Veigar was low. Going to capitalize on that. Not quite enough. Oh, the steal on the grubs. Not what we want to see. It does look like the overlay hasn't updated for grubs. Still got the Herald icon there. Now Morgana's left Smolder on his own here down in bot lane. I suppose they feel fairly confident Smolder can hold his own there. A big congregation around Dragon here. All of Southampton looking to go for it. Top laners off in a world of their own, as they are, but Olaf backing, perhaps to provide some support? Never mind, the Aatrox poked him. It looks like Aatrox is going for the kill. Does take a few tower hits, but he just heals right out of it. Oh, the Veigar getting a bit dicey there. Low HP bars. Oh, the Gengo with the moves again. Incredible. Now a big kerfuffle here going on in bot lane. Smolder ult just laying in the damage. And with one of them down, looks like this is pretty favored for us now. Looks like a clean sweep, 3 for 0. Love to see it. So we may have gotten off to a bit of a rough start this game, but we seem to have clawed it back. Now, if I was them, I would be gunning for that Drake, yeah. Taking that Ocean Soul while it's available. Capitalizing on the priority, I think it's called. Gengo again. A tale as old as time. Demolishing the Veigar. Yeah, we've clawed it back. I wonder what soul is next. Hextech. Not sure why the dragon icon is still saying ocean. Now, some tower platings have gone down. Oh, the gank in top lane. We do lose the Olaf for it though. Oh no. The Rel and the Veigar coming in, turning the tables on Edinburgh here. Edinburgh deciding to retreat, and rightfully so. Meanwhile, action on bot lane too. But nothing too conclusive there. Oh, the poke from Gengo. Just evading that. I don't know what got thrown at him there, but it didn't hit him. Oh man. This is I feel like C-Team in this game aren't having too much luck with the top lane. It does look like the tower plating's overlay is a bit broken, just saying 0 across the boards. But I am hoping that if towers actually fall, it does know to track that. Our team taking Herald, kind of expected that. Ah! And the overlay does update for Herald. Very nice, very nice.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Massive team fight here. Sorry, I wasn't watching. This kind of came out of nowhere for me. Should have been keeping my eyes on the game. It does look like they're 2 for 1 in favor of Southampton. Not great. Oh no. No, Olaf's not having a good time. Yeah. Gungo looking in to maybe capitalize on the low HP Vhagar. Guess the kill. Every single time. Okay, towers have gone down now. And it looks like the overlay is picking up on that, which is very nice. Oh, going for the Aatrox as well. Kinda greedy. But considering Gengar was going to retreat anyway, and Aatrox was thinking of staying in the lane, pretty good exchange. And we're getting our first tower here. Very nice. Ping onto Drake there a minute before it spawns. Blue team are setting up for this nice in advance, which we do like to see.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Oh. Bit of a poke-off going on here. I'm not expecting anybody to score a kill until we get a bit deeper into each other's lines there. Now red team going in for the Drake as well. And they do seem to have a stronger presence despite being down a player. But it is here a 4v4. Aatrox taking out the Maokai, Morgana taking out the Rel. It's not exactly where we want to see the gold be going, but that's okay. Gengo again hunting down the Vhagar there. Jungle for jungle worth? Yeah, definitely.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Both teams want this dragon. It looks like their Smolder taking out the Pantheon, giving us a bit of an advantage there. Losing the Maokai again. Not the best. And it does look like Drake here is gonna be going over to red side. We have no smite. It's not looking good. Yeah, blue team backing off. Oh well.
Has slain the dragon.
Gengo popping off. So as for individual players, the Aatrox seems pretty fed, but on the other hand, our LeBlanc is pretty fed as well. Varus not looking too good there, ADC with 0 kills. Bit of a yikes. Vhagar's name is accurate. I haven't checked that. Oh, yeah. There's a wee bit of a player diff going on there. Oh no. They've identified Gengo as the threat, but they jumped on the clone. Doesn't quite help, because they do take him out in the end. Very good Smolder ult, right down the middle of mid lane there. Oh, but it's... in the end, Doesn't quite work out for us. I have a feeling this mid lane tower is going to be going down pretty soon. Such a swing of momentum. Red team are going to capitalize on that, look to take the Baron. But Olaf is going in, harassing them. Maokai on his way too. And they do seem to back off in the end. All retreating? Are they just going to pass this over to Edinburgh here? Surely not. They know that Olaf has ran in there. You see the Maokai in their jungle, so maybe it's a bluff on Edinburgh's part. Getting some map priority there with the tower. Lovely jubbly. Maokai there, getting a bit far forwards. A little bit out of position perhaps. But he does wait for the backup has arrived. Overall 3v4 here in the mid lane, not counting LeBlanc. She's just doing her own thing there. Edinburgh backing off, and rightfully so. Now, if Tristan was here, I'd be asking him what the strategies for each team are going to head. What are they going to have to do to win the round, win the game? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, that Aatrox is a bit of a menace. Big team fight here, vastly outnumbered. Morgana going for the assassination. Doesn't quite save the dragon though. Bit of a standoff there between Morgana and Aatrox, both of them with incredibly high damage. 2v1, Maokai coming in, but Aatrox just sees a weak link. Gango getting perhaps a little... actually no. Before we know it, a new Drake has arrived. Red team looking to take it. Maokai is back at spawn, so it looks like the steal isn't going to be happening. Yeah. Gango there going for another assassination, but it's just not quite safe enough. Uh-oh. In a bit of trouble there. Oh, this Vhagar caught himself in between a rock and a hard place, as they say. Gotta watch where you are on the map. If you don't know where the enemies are, probably right beside you. Now, big team fight here coming in. Lots of ults, lots of abilities going down, blah 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 blah. Aatrox, once again, killing off the Maokai, killing off the Morgana. He's a public enemy number 1. Was Smolder fully stacked? Where are you? Let me click you. Yep. That is pretty stacked Smolder. Now I actually haven't read what Smolder does, so if someone in chat could just like explain in brief what those stacks and Smolder means, I would be very grateful. Ah, I see. Oh yeah, I see that now. Well, that's good to know. We scaled out a bit. And I'm pretty sure the enemy team does... Actually, no. Vhagar, I'm pretty sure, is a scaling champ as well. Just pumping up the AP. But... the Vhagar is kind of... opposite fed. The 1 in 9, he's not looking too good. I mean... does Vhagar have many stacks? I mean, 212? Is 212 a lot? Do I not live and breathe League? No, I actually don't play League. I'm not sure if I've... actually haven't mentioned it. Oh! Give me a second, there's someone at the door. Hello, hello, I'm back. I am going to quickly have to hop into a Discord VC, because someone is arriving very shortly. Now, has anything happened in my absence? No, looking at the timer here, not much. Drake coming up again in 5 seconds, so looks like I'm back just in time for... oh, Gengo tried to 1v1. Why would he... I'm actually... of all the people on the team to 1v1 the Aatrox, I would put my money on Gengar. Gengar? Gengo. But it looks like another big 5v5 teamfight here, going on for Dragon. Aatrox killing Maokai, that's getting a bit old now. But they are focusing the Aatrox. Gengo going a bit low there, kind of scary. Pantheon removed, Vhagar removed. We've lost the Olaf. Oh. Unfortunately,
Triple kill.
Southampton took a bit of a lead there, and they capitalized on it. And it was just left Aatrox there to clean up the chaff that was left. Not great. That is indeed Soul. Did they not get Soul a little earlier? It's like, as far as I know, your third dragon is Soul. Now we're back to a bit of a neutral game. Verging on Baron there. Surely Edinburgh can take this one. Fourth dragon slain. Ah, okay, okay. I thought it was the third. Now, Alice, if you're listening, you'll need to hop into a VC in the Discord and I can drag you in. Assuming Casper hasn't messed up the permissions. There's the big Smolder ult. Not really achieving much. That's, the purple on, who is that, Rel? Is that Spell Shields? Okay, big team fight starting once again. Oh, Veigar scoring the kill there. Maokai going down. But to the Varus that time. That's new. Olaf getting a bit dicey there. He's racking up some kills now. Does unfortunately look like Red Team taking Baron here, but Gengo's looking for an assassination. Oh, but the Aatrox has found him. That's not good. It's like... And we don't get the steal. Purple have his magic shield. Ah, okay. So I'm assuming magic shield is like a regular shield but only for magic damage, and spell shield is like a one-off hit negation thing. From what I know from my little bit of time playing Runeterra. Yes, nice. Hello, hello, Alice.
Hello, hello.
You.
Is there a way I can watch the game to comment?
Oh, good question. So normally, you'd be dragged into spectator mode, however, that's not happened. So, I can stream it to you over Discord, though.
Okay. Okay.
But
you can also just watch the stream.
the stream will be delayed.
Ah, I see,
Or at least
I
it will
see.
be delayed much more than direct to Discord. So you have been watching this game going on?
I've been watching as much as I can do. I've only really came in the last about 15 minutes though, so a lot's happened that a lot of lore I think I need to be caught up on.
I mean, the last sort of 15 minutes has just been Southampton in a little bit of a lead, and then Aatrox is just massively fed now and is a complete monster. Not much we can do about him. However, in that last team fight just there, we seem to finally kill him.
He's gone down, he's down for a good minute.
Yeah. And it's like,
That's why I'll say
finally, we can take a dragon of our own.
And this is arguably the most important one, especially this late game.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Vigar's going for a play.
I mean, not with that LeBlanc around. Or just...
An interesting
He could just,
I must admit, from the Veigar. Probably better to try and defend his base, but we appreciate going for it.
I'm not sure suicide was the right option there. It's questionable. Questionable.
I would argue with a 50-second death timer, probably not, but the Aatrox is back up, so
Yep,
it's not over yet.
Scary. Public enemy number 1 is
Ooh,
back in
14
business.
kills. 2 deaths, yeah. He's a bit of a juggernaut, bit of a raid boss there.
That being said, Smolder's at full stacks, gonna be dealing a lot of true damage. Shield is saying, and then Riven the Bun, who I'm not sure who that is in the society, they are bringing up the point that Aatrox is full build now, so he's gonna be falling off.
He will be falling off, but Aatrox is one of those champs where, with enough lifesteal and enough health, they never really fall off. They still, if they've got enough team around them, they should just survive any fight.
Speaking of fights, there's another one brewing here, I think.
Very, very tentative at each team. Nobody really wants to engage at the moment.
It's the fighting game neutral.
That was a bad use of Mum there, I'd argue.
Yeah.
But it's still burning, it's still doing damage, still ticking away.
Yeah, I think, who is it that I hit? The Veigar? He's having to run all the way back to heal.
Oh, LeBlanc's going on the row. And back in help. But no, Yoon, I'm more than happy to listen to your beautiful streams and just help you with any League knowledge that you may be requiring.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I was earlier thinking, if Tristan was here, I can't remember how long ago this was, but I can't hear a thing. The volume is too loud. I'm gonna have to turn that down a bit.
This could be a bad fight. The Aatrox is absolutely destroying
he's
every team member. Olaf's going in. If he gets 2 kills here, then
looks like it's gonna be 3 for 4. Although Olaf is kind of popping off here.
The healing. If he takes turret aggro, he probably won't survive that. But that was a very good fight and a good escape as well. A 3 for 3, arguably not on the most important players, but the LeBlanc stayed alive, which is very big. That bounty would have especially on any of
Oh,
the
yeah.
players other than Aatrox, whose full build would have been deadly.
So yeah, I was thinking, I think like maybe 10, 20 minutes ago, I was wondering if Tristan was here, I'd be asking him like what strategies would the teams be going for. So I was like kind of at a loss. It's just, oh, kill the towers, kill Nexus, win game. That's as much as I know.
Typically with Elder buff, you do want to go for things like big team fights because you have that additional damage. The chances are you can just kill the whole enemy team and that's end game.
Yeah.
So the other team will be probably trying to play defensively. They don't want to get caught out because if one of them dies, then they can all be engaged on. Which it ended up being a 5v5 in their base. They have that advantage. Oh,
Veigar just got deleted.
the Rel's going for the bonk, but I don't think she has enough damage. She's caught
Yeah.
out. That's risky. Olaf, the one person who might be able to go toe-to-toe with Aatrox, doing...
Yeah. Very
And
quick
there we go.
3v1 there. On the other hand, Olaf was almost in a 3v1 with the gank squad here. Aatrox, Varus, and Pantheon.
Oh.
Now
Maokai's
it's
gone
turning
in.
around a bit.
Smolder's damage is
Yeah.
really high late game, the amount of stacks he must have. As you can see, it's that mini Elder buff that's really going to help him win these team fights. And the burn.
He's got 440 stacks.
I'd have to ask chat to help me with this, but I'm not sure if after 225 if he continues scaling. I assume he does, but I'm not sure.
How?
Unlike Veigar, I can't remember if he's a infinite scaling champ.
I mean, everybody's backing off
He
here.
does.
We can maybe take a moment.
So the
Yeah,
late to this
he's
game,
scaling on stacks, I think.
Varus scales, but other than that, Smolder will be the main contender if this game keeps going on. A Baron would be really good here. The whole of the enemy team's alive, they will try and
Yep,
contest
they're
it.
rushing in here.
LeBlanc trying to hold off the back. And they've got the Baron.
Very
The
nice,
Red
very
Bull power.
nice. The Red Bull Baron power play. Oh, that should have come up on stream there.
Oh, should I?
Yeah, well, I can show a test thing here. If it works. Should be like a Baron thing pop up there, but I don't think that happens.
Oh, LeBlanc's going in. Doesn't manage to kill the Varus will back off and heal, but push them away
Yep.
for Elder.
Looks like 3v4 right now, but we don't have our LeBlanc and they have their Aatrox.
Olaf's doing large amounts of damage at the minute, but the backline
Yeah,
got
the
cleared by
backline.
Ral and Veigar, so... Oh, if Aatrox drops here, that could be
He just
game.
needs to stop healing. There we go.
There we go. Okay, the Aatrox is down.
Now we
Rel
should be
be
taking
coming
this
with due to
Rel.
Olaf.
Yeah.
Morgana might... There we go. Okay. That should
Very
lead to a
nice.
clear Elder. Varus will probably try and steal, maybe, or he's just clearing wave. Nope, he's going to get vision or try and snipe. Do his best. The truth of the matter is, if he doesn't get this, it is game over. And the Elder Dragon is secured for the second time.
Well, we should be looking to close out the game here. 'Cause if we
Hopefully,
don't,
only issue is once again, it's a very similar situation. They've got more
Yeah.
towers this time, but fights will have to be taken in base. They do have an avenue down by bot lane, which is completely pushed in.
Anathema on Olaf. What does that do? Oh, sorry, I'm covering up the screen here.
Anathema. I rarely see it played in my games personally because it's a team playing
Yeah.
ability more than anything else. It increases CC, decreases
Ah.
by decreasing tenacity against a specific player. So that's basically them saying they think Olaf's the biggest risk.
Yeah. So we can just keep damaging the Aatrox, not let him get
Oh,
away.
there we go.
Very nice here. 4 for 1.
Yeah, there we go. That will be game. Definitely.
Decrease 30%
No, knowing the
damage.
players, they'll probably try and dive them. Yep.
Yeah. Can you blame people for seeing a blinking health bar and gunning it down?
Of course not. I do it myself.
There we go. That's GG's. A victory to Edinburgh.
Was that game 1 or game 2?
That was game 1. Game 2,
Alright, okay.
we should be spectating B team, which may have... Hold on, what's the time here? 7:50? Yeah, round 2 may have already begun. Let's see here. Who
What's that?
are B team playing?
I need to look up my anathemas. I think I got my stats wrong. I think Ashil's right. I believe it's actually increased damage, not decreased tenacity. A lot
Oh,
has changed in the past season, and I have not caught up with any of it.
okay. Let me see. Stream. Can I put this onto post game stats? Let's bring that up. Da 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 da. There we go. That was game 1.
Perfect.
Game 2.
Okay, I've checked my stats. The reason why Anathemus was doing so much then was you take 1% reduced damage per your stacks, and you do up to 30% damage reduction onto your
Ah.
enemy. But also, there's another passive, which is at maximum stacks, your nemesis has 20% reduced tenacity, as long as they're within 700 units of you. So that meant that the Aatrox couldn't escape the team fights. He couldn't just heal, dive out, dive back in.
I see, I see. Okay. Can you send a little ping in... Actually, no, you don't have access to B-Team channel, do you?
I do not, sadly.
Alright, I'll just ping whoever is on B-Team and ask them to remember to invite both of us to spectate.
Perfect.
Okay, I should stop streaming on Discord to save a little bit of bandwidth.
Yeah, perfect. And I'll pick up on the stream.
Yeah. Well, if you're in the lobby for B Team, we should be able to. Aha! I've been sent the draft link. I'm not sure if you have, so I'll pop that over to you.
Will this be on League or will this be on Discord?
It'll be on Draft Lol on. So usually when draft happens, we do it using Draft Lol. So I have a feeling it's a little more flexible. Oh, are they already drafting? No.
So which stream will this be 18?
This is B team now. I'm just doing what we did last week, going C, then B, then A.
Perfect. Is it best of 3 or is it
It's
first 3?
Swiss tournament, so it's just a series of 1v1s.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Draft. There you go.
I'm on a page, so
Yep.
seems
If it looks like what's on stream right now, that should be the correct page.
it does in fact. I'm interested to see. I've not really watched many of B Team's games. I'm not sure if chat can maybe let me know kind of any champs that are prioritized in play, any people
Uh,
favor, anything people want to see. Maybe mid Skarner. Just putting it out there.
um, I was about to say something, but I do think the opponents are in the chat right now. Actually, one of them
Ah.
followed, but I missed who it was. Wait, hold on, Twitch. Orca Leviathan, thank you for the follow. So yeah, I mean, if they've done their scouting properly, then they'll already know this. Top laner is actually no. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything.
No, don't reveal things just in case. You never know who's done their research and who hasn't.
Exactly. Uh, right, I need to set up the overlay thing so it's updated for the new teams. So if you could keep an eye on draft for me.
Yeah, of course. We seem to be going into ban phase. First ban by the blue team, an Azir. Azir, a kind of more higher skilled champion, but has such a big impact in team fights. Over on the red side, Pike, understandable. The execute, the movement can make such a big difference in games. Swain, another champ, so much sustain, CC, can really make a big difference across the map with the Ws. Oh, and that's our first pick for FLX, and it's all Lilia. Now, Lilia's typically only played jungle, but can be flexed to top occasionally.
Yeah, so the Azir, Swain, and Belveth, I'm pretty sure, are targeting some BT mains. The Belveth, I don't think, is much of a main for us, but the Azir, yes, and the Swain, very much so.
I'm interested to see so many Smolders happening in these
Yeah.
games.
So, Smolder was banned last week, and this week Smolder is now allowed to be played.
I see. Smolder's a very, very strong champ late game. It can't be denied, but sometimes early game he can get defeated quite easily, and at
Yeah.
least when I saw him in my games for the past couple of weeks, he's quite weak. So if you can't get him ahead, that could lose you the game, having your ADC completely out of it. But with stacks, same as Veigar, as long as he continues stacking, even if he has a completely weak early game, he can still make an impact, right? Tristana, one of my personally least favorite champs. AoE damage on auto attacks,
Yeah.
large amount of damage with the bomb, ability, the movement, jumps, and things like this. In combination with the Nautilus, going to be quite unstoppable.
Oh, I can hear Tristan coming over on the mic there. You
Mm-hmm.
may want to shut a door.
Alright, I will go and do that. It's quite fun to hear how A team's doing. Just little tidbits.
Oh, yeah.
How did you get into casting, Ewan?
Tristan asked me to, because he knew I was kind of okay at video editing, and I think the initial idea was we could like make clips of some of the plays that they make in the games for like NUEL or whatever, but it ended up shifting into like just regular casting.
Well, no reason you
So
can't
here we are.
experiment with clips later in the future. Meanwhile, I promised I'd cast for about a year now,
Yep.
and
This is your first time on the stream.
indeed it is. But I like to pop in every so often whenever Ewan has questions. I didn't particularly last semester because Tristan took the role of explaining the little league
Yeah,
tidbits that
he was the
we
guy
needed
that
to
knew
know.
things.
But you were the one we enjoyed listening to.
Oh yeah. There was a point where they asked Tristan to just shut up and stop talking. But then it was like just me on my own, not really knowing exactly what's going on. It was kind of awkward. So chat didn't last like 2 minutes without being okay. Bring the other guy back.
Let him explain the things.
Yeah,
A lot of very new champs being played, or
yeah,
relatively new. Really does put into perspective the 200 years of collective experience that Riot Games has.
yeah. The complete absence of power creep and knowledge of game design that Riot have. Totally balanced.
Mentioned Red Team's pick, they don't really have a proper tank at the minute, so I'm wondering if they're gonna try and focus on the bruisers in Viego or just go full damage, full attack.
Yeah.
FLX, the blue team, have quite decent team structure. They've got a lot of magic damage with Lilia, a lot of AD with Tristana. They've got the assassin in Neferi, and they've got Maokai, who's exceptionally strong at the minute, and Nautilus, who's just a solid tank to frontline for them. A Kale. Oh,
Oh, okay. Some heavy scaling for us.
indeed. The only question is, will we get enough time to?
Yeah,
Tristana and Neferi are both early to mid game champions, I'd say. So depends if we manage to scale enough successfully at the beginning.
yeah. We'll just have to survive right until the end.
Indeed.
Riven the Bun here in chat saying, I'm not too sure about picking phase. Are the two like Briar and Riven characters who could be swapped in? Oh no, those are the bans.
There's
So FLX banning Briar and Riven is essentially not allowing us on the red side to pick them at all. Yep, 5 bans. It's
five bans per team, and three in each phase. Three in the first phase, and then two in the second phase, to allow people to have a better chance of getting the champs that they want. Because if one team could ban all five at once, then the
yeah,
other team would probably have no hope
because you
regarding their
could
main.
like ban 5 junglers and the jungler would have to like be relegated to not much.
Mm.
Be kind of mean. Okay, let's see here. Oh, draft has begun. I keep missing it because my league client has decided to lose all volume today.
Perfect.
So I'll just bring that over there. There is a nice like champ select overlay thing here, and you can see it like pop up when they select the champs, but we keep missing that because I keep forgetting about it. Anyway, one thing we can look at is the rune selection. So this will be coming up on stream. We see there Maokai with Grasp, Hui with Comet.
Typical tank runes on the
Yeah,
Maokai.
moving
Biscuits
over
of
to the
mana.
next one. Lilia with, I think that's Conqueror.
Ooh.
The
Yeah,
axe.
so
Yeah.
as I was mentioning, Lilia can be jungle, but she is also flex to top, and frequently she's flex to top with Conqueror, just to give her a bit
Ah,
more sustain in lane.
interesting, interesting.
Funnily enough, those are my exact Lilia top runes. And again, quite typical runes on Kale.
Yeah. Shield saying Maokai jungle with grasp? Question mark. Is that not the best pick?
Uh, at the minute, one of the benefits of Maokai, one of the reasons he's so strong, is this kind of mix AP tank build. And typically, people will go blue runes, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I know that that's
Ah.
something that they do a lot in support Maokai at the minute. But it is quite surprising to go grasp, especially since the way grasp works is, of course, during champion. I lost the word I was going to say during that. When you auto attack a champion, you get health
Yeah.
regen for yourself and permanent health. And so, as a jungler, you won't be doing that as much as you would say in like top lane, which is like why you see grass taken a lot in top lane. And also, it's quite surprising if he's going for a full tank build with the green runes first, considering they do have a Nautilus who normally takes that position.
Mm-hmm.
Champion combat, yeah.
Interesting,
I don't know
interesting.
why.
Anyway, before game begins, we can quickly run through the last few runes.
Yeah, of course.
Rakan there with the green one that I forgot the name of.
Aftershock. So
Yeah.
basically, whenever you dive in, you get resistances. Helps you stay
Ah,
alive,
nice, nice,
especially for
nice.
somebody who jumps in quite far away from their team.
And
And then
then,
again,
yeah.
typical with Neferi, cheap shot, for that assassin build to make sure to
Mm-hmm.
do much
Okay.
damage. Tristana, Hail of Blades to make sure that she can pack in her bomb as quick as possible. Those 3 shots immediately.
Okay. It's Lilia jungle, Maokai top. So Lilia going with Conqueror
Right.
even on jungle.
That can happen. It now makes a bit more sense for the Maokai. As I mentioned, Grasp is very good because you're constantly in champion combat.
Yeah.
A switch up that makes sense, but I wasn't necessarily expecting.
I just realized now I forgot to stick on the waiting music in between the matches.
Ah.
Oh well. That's better than having it running while the game is playing. Oh, very quick combat there starting. The jungle invade not quite going as planned for us. Let me see if I can zoom out here. There we go.
An understandable invade. Hui and Kale both very weak level 1. Kale arguably a bit stronger in lane level 1, but in response to a gang, not really at all. But having a Neferi and Maokai, and even a Lilia, whose Q does quite a lot of damage level
Yep.
1,
Oh,
they have the upper hand.
there is a pause.
Oh.
ADC disconnected on our side. Nice.
Well,
Well.
to catch us up on what Ashil was saying earlier, yeah, the typical jungle Maokai runes at the minute are running Phase Rush, which is the dark blue runes, the magic runes.
Yeah, but instead he's going for Grasp.
And top, which
Yeah.
I believe is the favorited.
Very interesting. This is a long pause.
Potentially an internet down.
Yeah, not good. Time to make tea. But see, that's the problem with the pauses in these games. You never know how long they're gonna last.
Can't jump away for a second just in
Yeah.
case.
And I wonder if I can bring up something more interesting on the stream here? Not really. We have the post-game stats for last game. Oh, hang on a minute. I still have the... I haven't hooked up the API to the correct game. It's still looking at the C team. Oh. Okay. There we go, that should be fixed now. Damn, it really is a long pause. Going to quickly just bring up the... Okay, nothing going on in client because the chat is down. I wonder if Discord is doing anything. Nothing particular going on in the B team channel?
No news from our B team if they're going to return.
No. Dang. Is Vincent that's on Smolder? Yeah. He's streaming in the channel, so... I don't know.
Might be a League issue. Personally, I uninstalled League very recently because there's been a lot of issues getting into games when I'm into games. The League client says crash. It's been happening a lot lately in my League games. A lot of games you'll join, one person will crash, and then it'll just simply be a remake because the person doesn't manage to load back in quick enough.
Oh man. Yeah, we also, the very first stream this semester, the spectator mode only gave us a completely black screen and nothing else.
Once again, right, small indie company.
You can't trust them to... Yeah.
No,
they don't have the money.
Trust them. Yeah, they don't have the money or, you know, the staff to be able to keep up with all of the changes that they're implementing. I really feel bad for them, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, that is a good question, Ashiel. I think we can make a poll out of that. Boom. Some fun to have while we wait.
What are your initial thoughts, Ewan? Who do you think's winning on just champ picks alone?
Oh! Okay, the game has started again.
Oh, game side. There we go.
There we go. Well, we didn't get to see any poll results. Okay.
Couple coming through in chat, though.
Yep. Oh, and there's the post-pause freeze. Happens every time. I'm starting to get very intimate with the spectator bugs. Learning all of them. Yeah, so it looks like that Nautilus invade didn't happen in the end.
Not surprising. If you have an invade, somebody's not picked up the pace enough.
Yeah.
Just could end badly. Better to just back out.
We see Kale there, even at level 1, not doing too badly.
Level 1, typically, people underestimate Kale a lot because both people they only have one ability. Meanwhile, Kale still has that additional attack speed when she autos 5 times. So, if you get into a fight, especially with lethal tempo, you can quickly get beaten down. It's something that Olaf players use a lot, and Tryndamere players, they'll get their not Halo Blades, lethal tempo stacks immediately and just run you down until you're 1 health and can't really lane. Force either back or stay in risk.
I'm pretty sure common knowledge is Kale kind of sucks until level 6.
I'd say weirdly strong level 1, then absolutely weak level 2, 3, 4, 5, and picks up, of course, when she gets that increased
Yeah.
auto attack range at level 6. I do agree with chat though. Level 6 is where she becomes a champion. She's no longer minion, and then it's level 11 or 16 where she actually truly starts to do damage.
Yeah. And we
Which
do
could
see
be
here
risky.
gank on bot lane. The Lilia coming in. Nautilus going
Bit
kind
far
of
away,
low.
they should... Oh, the Rakan's caught out.
Oh,
Oh, that was a bad... Wouldn't recommend that shield, personally.
oh. Not great for us.
ADC probably would have survived that.
In response,
The
there's a
shield
bit
on
of a
Rakan.
gank top lane, but doesn't really amount to much.
Maokai's not pushed out enough, sadly.
Yeah.
No, when the ADC isn't gonna die, giving another shield when you're yourself only about 10 health and the enemy still has Ignite up. Bit risky, personally.
Yeah.
Rakan's shield at level 1 only does about 60 health anyway, which would get immediately eliminated with a Lilia Q. Good damage on the Tristana, but they're
Yeah.
pushed out. He's safe.
And they're just going to safely back to base. Not going to allow us to capitalize on that. There's Nefiri versus Sway down here in the mid lane. Not really amounting to much.
Not much, neither can do anything really. Both of them are, as I like to call it, They are both out of mana.
Is Shield making a comment on the jungle items there? Blue is great. The Bulbasaur being the best Pokemon makes green better. I mean, Viego went for Charizard. What are your thoughts on Charizard there, Shield? Top 3? Yeah.
Up three. Yeah, I could agree with that.
Now Tristana here in the bot lane all on her own. I wonder if Edinburgh have realised that.
Viego getting caught out, and
Yeah,
he's dead there.
that's not good.
Multiple factors there. Wei wasn't able to follow up. Viego went a little bit too deep on trying to get one of those Void Grubs. It is true though, when Void Grubs first released, if you were able to get at least 4 of them, you had a 70% chance of winning the game. So, it's understandable that the junglers fight a lot for them.
Fury coming down here for a mid laner gank. But Edinburgh staying pretty safe under tower. We're looking to go for the dive. Is this a smart move?
Only time will tell. I personally wouldn't, but they should get... Yeah, they'll get a... Unless Wei is
In the
able to do
end-
some damage hit. Oh,
It was a 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Honestly,
Hui
Sad
hunting
seeing
down the
Bot lane die
Tristana,
again,
making
but-
it for the 2 for 3 potentially. But I don't see it happening.
especially if Sean has W up, there's
Oh,
no
yeah.
way he's able to catch. Which is upsetting. That bounty on Tristan already would have helped Wei get ahead, especially against the Neferi. Tristan is looking a little scary, so is Lilia, but Small is not too far behind. 1-1-1 is never bad.
Not at all. Not at all. And looking at the CS, Smolder
Indeed.
very far ahead compared to the Tristana. 50 to 40.
Oh, looking down bot lane, Nautilus maybe going in? No.
Oh. Oh, actually he did. Let's see, oh, camera.
But I think the top lane we should get a
Oh yeah,
shoot.
we missed that. Kale went down. Unfortunate.
Kale down.
As for stacks, 32 for Smolder.
Kale getting further and further behind doesn't bode well.
No.
If she can't get ahead early enough, then sometimes even her scaling can't bring her back.
That's a bad omen.
50% less CS, 2 deaths. It's not looking good.
It's a yikes. Looking at the gold graph here, it's being a FLX lead, and it just keeps climbing, which is not great.
No. And that's a Drake to FLX as well. Can't remember my league knowledge, I'm gonna have to ask chat, but I believe one Infernal Drake already gives 4% extra attack damage and ability power, so
It's 3%, according to the tooltip.
3%.
So unless Riot have messed up the code in the tooltips, which is likely.
Wouldn't surprise me. Considering I'm getting my information from Mobifier and they haven't updated their map, I think we're safe to say that maybe League are correct at this point.
Potentially. Potentially.
Oh, am I correct in saying that's 6 Void Grubs to FLX?
I think, hold on. It was 4 to FLX, 2 to Edinburgh.
That's good. When one team gets 5, they get the little horrible looking minions
Yeah.
that spawn when you're attacking towers.
Guilty.
Now, we've had a bit of a rough early game, but considering our champs, we can only hope we scale it out a bit.
Hopefully. That CS lead sadly gone between Tristan
Yeah.
and Smolder. The goal difference is surely only going to grow. Oh, and this... A nice dodge of the bowling ball, but the tower might come down.
It's
And then-
looking pretty low. Yeah, I don't see it surviving for very long. The Viego coming in to support though. Yeah,
He may
tower
not be
goes
quick
down,
enough.
Kale getting focused, probably dying. Goes in for a bit more damage, ends up dying, and the Viego
Oh,
also going down. Not great.
you're a couple seconds ahead of me, and so I was holding out a bit of hope.
You can, with the time controls, speed up the game a bit. And that might catch you up to me.
I'm watching on stream.
Oh, you're watching it on the stream. Interesting. Okay, so you will be a teeny bit behind.
Little bit behind. Trying to keep up with chat, but not much happening. Chat, you all still alive? Enjoying the games?
I mean, this game isn't the most enjoyable to watch.
Indeed, it's not.
Seeing Emperor going down. Oh, Rakan's kind of out the way, but we're probably gonna take out the Tristana here, and the Nautilus is pretty low as well. Nefiri coming in, that's bad news bears.
Oh,
The
but
Viego running in.
Tristana's down,
Oh,
by the
transforming
way.
into the Nautilus. Viego performing here. Very
Oh, well,
nice. Turn that into a 3 for 0, I think, in our favor.
Or one less. The TP coming in.
Oh.
Rakan pulled
Still
out.
a positive engage for us.
The first one of the game. It's glad to see.
Oh. The Maokai came in there looking for another kill. And it did end up resulting in one, but I think we're still gonna... Actually, oh no, Hui's down as well. Smolder is low. Pincer attacked. Yeah.
The Lilia at this point is... She's the new raid boss. It may have been Aatrox's last game, but this game is Lilia.
8-0. Big yikes. I wonder if the XP thing is... Oh, that's still broken. Maybe it's not. Chat, on the left side of the screen, are you seeing, like, green bars showing people's levels, or...
We are
Is it
seeing just level and XP and then a black
okay.
box.
I wonder why that is,
Sadly.
because on the, like, overlay thing, it does show, like, it shows me green bars. But, yeah. And on the stream preview, I'm seeing the same as you, it's just blue block. Anyway, while that was happening, it looks like FLX took a second dragon, getting the Chemtech. And might be a bug.
Somebody needs to call a pause. This game is definitely some cheating going on here if anyone's losing.
Check their game. Check in PC. Is there scripting, memory reading going on? Kale and Viego going in on the Maokai here.
Maokai's
Viego's
already.
just taking so much damage.
Maokai is one of the strongest champs at the minute during Season 14. Whether tank or AP. The way coming in doing some fair damage, but it's not a fight they want to take.
Yeah. Looks like Herald going over to FLX here.
FLX have had the pressure all game. They've got
Yeah.
every single jungle item. This is looking
They
like
have
quick.
never passed over the gold lead. They've always been ahead.
Not
Kinda
It's
scary.
not looking good for anyone.
No. Engage here on bot lane. Edinburgh with the ambush. Tristana goes down. Blitzcrank is low and sandwiched between two damage dealers. Also goes down. Clawing it back little by little. And as the game goes on, we do scale.
Until that Lily goes down, it's not
Yeah.
looking good. Especially as Ashil rightly says and rightly spotted, Frozen Heart on Maokai, a strong tank who's going to outlast
Red team's
and continue
Yeah.
nerfing our players.
Especially versus the Kale here. Just see the
She
effects
may
of
be
that.
going. She may be going AP, but
Ah.
that won't change the speed.
Well, yeah, she has built a rot there.
Going Nash's Tooth at least, whether
Yeah.
building full AP or not. Oh,
Oh,
Like
big
coming in
ambush on the
Mount.
Mount guy here. The Smolder ult coming in as well. State mandated execution right there.
Good to see that the tank can be killed, even if it needs 4 players to do so. Why almost caught out there, nice use of the play.
We're on the back foot here. Objective's not up for another minute yet.
You can see the pathing that Lily is taking. She knows that she's strong enough. She
Oh
knows
yeah. 100%. And it looks like third dragon is Hextech. Coming up in 20 seconds. You see their
Hextech would-
FLX. Oh,
Engaged by the Neferi. Oh, and he's on the back foot.
yeah. Top left says Inferno. It's, peculiar. Yeah, top left does say Inferno, but no, I was looking at the map, the little teleporter lines are on the map there, and obviously here it is Hextech. I guess the timer is just a bit bugged, to put it one way. Thank you, Riot, small indie company.
Seems like it might be a clean sweep of souls here.
Yeah.
Nautilus and Lily are all team, not being really used for anything. We'd like to see that, but by the next time a fight's happening, probably both be back up.
Yep. Diego there just built Bork. Very fitting, lore friendly. Love to see it.
Lost his sword, he's getting it back.
Surely this turns the game around for us in our favor. This is the turning point.
I'm not feeling comfortable until that Lily goes down, personally.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, she hasn't got a kill for a while now. But neither has Iverside, actually. The last one was 3-ish minutes ago. Oh, I spoke too soon. I should shut up.
And that's another jungle monster gone.
Yeah.
Without the Viego, there's no contesting. Way can maybe try and execute from long distance, but
Unfortunately not happening.
oh, and that.
Baron power play
That's gonna be game.
once again didn't here. See if I can pop that for you. There you go.
May not be game in the next couple minutes, but
Yeah, oh, I sure hope not. If it is game in the next couple of minutes, it's not our win. The Iron Brew Baron power play. I do like that.
decent use of Baron, split pushing. Nobody in bot at the minute though, so a lot of backs coming out.
no objectives up for a while.
Kale's 2 levels behind on such the back foot to Maokai.
Oh,
Don't know if
yeah.
there's any coming back.
I suppose the only hope now is once people start maxing out their builds, Kale will have no choice but to match up with them once again.
Sadly, I don't know if the game's gonna go that long.
Yeah, it's... Of all the players this far up the map, it's not a good sign. Not really seeing either team engage too hard that much. That could be potentially changing here. Not really.
Having Baron buff, no reason to waste it needlessly, just continue pushing, break down, which is what they've got bot tier 2.
Viego chunked down Lilia's health bar there, but not quite enough.
Lilia holding sleep.
Yeah. Okay, the Smolder ult coming in. We do take out the Tristana. Viego's on a bit of a roll there. Yeah, that was a 3 for 1.
3 for 1.
Lilia and Maokai still both surviving, which is unfortunate. We kinda need that bounty gold on someone.
Oh. And
Oh,
that's...
no. I mean, oh?
That's it.
She stood in tower for a bit. The respawns have come in. Actually, no, the heals, never mind. They're giving chase. They want this Lilia dead. Smolder
Into
going
the
in.
portal. Oh.
Looks like she's gone on the way.
She's got her passive stacks up, no one can catch her. And with a lot of... and still healing off the damage she's done to our team, she's gonna survive this engage.
And Maokai here, surviving a 3v1.
May even take out the Viego if he's lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. The gap is just growing and growing. Can we see a gold chart by any chance?
We can indeed. There you go. That is disgusting. I don't want to look at that any longer.
Wow. I don't want to say all hope is lost, but... And there goes Soul.
Yeah, it's, kinda Jover.
Tristana with... Even though Tristana hasn't really made much of an impact into this game so far, with Hextech Soul, it's not looking good.
Goodbye,
We
Kale.
need to put a content warning on the stream for distressing images.
Oh, yeah. Now, I will say, FLX seem to have been performing a bit stronger than B Team have in the rest of the championship tournament, whatever it's called.
Alright, okay.
So, we are fighting against, I feel like, just a generally stronger team. I haven't had a look to see like what ranks they are in ranked mode or whatever. But if I had to guess...
No way to improve without playing teams that are better than you.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Oh, and that... It's... Ooh?
Can the Lilia finally go down?
Lilia.
Oh,
I
she
think
is.
that's hoping a bit too much. The Zhonya's comes in,
Yeah.
constant healing, constant movement speed.
The Hui just
Rakan with
took 10 steps too far, and he's gone. Oh no.
I'd be interested to see the Lilia's rank, because she's got her movements down. And that.
And that's game.
It's over.
GG's. Well, apparently Smolder wasn't 225 stacks yet. Oh yeah, only 200 at the end of the game there.
Potentially, if it had enough stacks and they had managed to get Lilia low like they had previously, the execute would have gone off, but without those stacks, we'll never know.
Yeah. Oh well. Let me
Indeed,
just
she is just for funning it.
make sure this is the most recent game. Yeah. The gold graph for the game seems to be broken. Can't really get that up. But yeah, there we go. That was the B team game versus.
A rough CS difference for every single lane, sadly.
Oh yeah. Ugh. I mean, Smolder did perform a lot better on the CS, but that doesn't quite make up for it. Balanced just like a community night custom. Okay. Rightio, I am going to make sure everything is set up for the A-team game. Can you
Perfect.
quickly ping one of them? Just to make sure they remember to invite us to the lobby.
Ping Tristan to invite lobby.
Yay.
So is this battle for Scotland or is this NUEL?
This is NUEL.
Perfect.
Okay, the round 3 fixtures have not been posted yet, so...
Tristan mentioned there is no lobby yet, but he will make one.
Ah, nice, cool.
While we're waiting, I'm gonna go get a drink. And I recommend everybody in chat to get one and then let's sit tight for the next game.
Stay hydrated. I'm going to have a look at the other teams that we didn't watch during round 1 to see how they performed. So B team, despite losing their second game, did get the win in their first game. Oh, there we go, got the invite. And A team in the first game. Oh. Wrong window there. A team in the first game did lose. Ugh, not great. And for round 2, C team. C team have not finished their second game yet. And A team did get the win. Very interesting. And checking, yeah, round 3 has not been posted yet. Just out of curiosity, who is on the A-team roster? Do you want their summoner names or real names? Friend of yours? Is it Faye? If I had to guess, it's probably Faye. Faye knows everyone. Oh, it's not Faye. Oh, okay.
Oh, there's what is it? There's Faye. There's what's Tristan's?
Tristan is Trist3. David is Dr. Deathcap. And there's also Redpin and 2My68. Any of those ring a bell?
was Tilt
Oh,
Prooforia.
yeah, he was.
Tilt
That
Prooforia.
was last semester. He's not playing this semester, I think. Or if he is, he's probably on backfill duty, maybe? No, he definitely was on the team. But not currently.
Tilt Prooforia.
Yep, TPW. That's what it stands for.
Oh, of course, yes. Don't know if I ever got the chance to meet. What position did they play?
Top lane. They were very good on the Darius, if I remember well.
Mid-Vlad. I actually do feel like I saw last semester a game of Mid-Vlad, potentially. Pardon me? Oh, makes sense. Must admit, I can only do this because I'm a history student.
Let him know Tom asked for him. He'll do. Okay, so we're still waiting on most of the round 2 games to finish. C-Team are still playing theirs. Or at least they haven't submitted the score yet.
Do we have any idea how well A and C team are doing?
So A-Team lost game 1 and then won game 2. B-Team we watched lose, but they did win their first game. C-Team we watched get the win in the first game, and we're still waiting on results for the second game.
Fingers crossed. So, Ewan, how do you typically fill in the gaps between games?
Good question. I can't really remember what we usually do. We seem to have a fair bit of conversation going on. Actually, Whisper Sweet. No, I think so. Usually, we're not waiting this long for the third round. We just happened to get a fairly early win, or a fairly early game. Sorry, we didn't win the
Wait,
second one.
yeah, I'm happy to just say a fairly early game.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Fairly early game. So we got a quick game this round. It doesn't always happen. We tend to be out of one and then not too long into another.
Quite surprising considering first game went arguably quite long.
Yeah.
Well done to the C team for managing to get 2 Elders and a Baron after losing Soul.
Oh, yeah. Very well done to them.
Very big comeback.
Okay, round 3 fixtures have been posted.
Perfect.
So, the A team are playing against a team called Ardent Kentster. University of Kent, and their icon is the Ardent Sensor. Very funny. Can I this in? Yes, I can. So they, Ardent Kentster, have 12 points in the tournament right now, whereas A-Team also have 12 points.
Ooh, so we may be looking at
Yeah.
quite an even match.
For reference, B-Team had 9 points, and they were playing, I think, against a 12-point team.
Ooh,
So,
so we can maybe compare an A team versus B team game. So
yeah,
they did
yeah.
very well for what they were playing into. Did we end up getting the Sorry, cut it out there. Did we end up getting the mastery for the enemy team for the previous game?
I did not. If I can quickly hop into team's channel and find their... They posted an op.gg link. I think I can be able to send that to you. Can be able. That is not proper English. But here you go. I
Perfect.
think that's who we were playing. Actually, no, that was... Yeah. Seems to be only 4 on there, so it looks like one of the players' names submitted was different to their summoner name.
Hello.
Hello, Casper.
Hello, President of the Society. How are you doing this fine day?
Great. I just had my dinner and I was like, hey, I might as well join.
Help give us some insight into what it's like to play in an A-team match?
You win a lot, usually.
Well, let's hope that happens this game. Okay, so... Oh, a Diamond 4. Diamond 4 top. I assume. Gold 1 for the mid laner. Not too unsurprising, but a sad game nonetheless. Funnily enough, the only person we don't have the rank for was their jungler.
Oh, they're posting GIFs in the lobby chat.
Obviously, it's Faye who started.
Yeah, Faye started it.
I even
And it
know
looks
which one
like-
it is already.
Kent have chosen blue side.
Is that a
Just-
level 1144 account?
Oh my god, it
That
is.
is a level 1144 account.
But
Oh
to
my
be honest, we
gosh.
do have a level 806.
We
Oh.
can't really complain, considering the entirety of our team has a higher level than the entirety of theirs. Even though Kyoto is pulling some fair weight.
That is true. I'm not gonna say it, but it does look like these accounts might not be 100% their own,
Potentially.
Hmm.
But
Bit of
as often
deception
is the
going
case
on.
with low-level accounts.
Yeah.
But one of them is Diamond 2 on his account, so maybe, you know.
Hey. I'm wondering if there's a better screen to be showing on stream right now instead of. Oh, I should probably update the pinned message. It's game 3 now. A
It is
team
Game 3.
versus Kent. Is it just Kent or is it like a university name? Double check. Yeah, University of Kent. There we go.
That was faster than Face sending the link. Whisper sweet nothings.
Yeah, we were wondering what to do during the downtime between the games.
We need to figure out like a trivia game, I guess.
a
You know?
trivia game revolving, like, we could just do that day's Loldal.
Yeah, I was gonna say Loldal.
The issue is that there's 2 games, right? I guess the chance that between one of them
Yeah.
might be less of a break.
It's for when we have an early game going into another round, which is lots of dead time to be filling in.
Yeah.
Must admit, it does sometimes suck a little bit to go into an enemy team who are obviously playing on new leveled accounts, as you can never really get a gauge for what they do truly main.
But they might just be, you know, a couple of new players who are just really good at the game. Cope. Or maybe their previous accounts got banned, you know? That happens. As we've seen in our society sometimes. People do get chat restricted and then banned temporarily. There are no rules for Smurfs. It's
I just assume not.
it would be really hard to execute. There's not really a good way to police it, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like, what if
Also,
someone genuinely is low level?
And sometimes they might not be Smurfs. Like, I've met quite a lot of toxic but very good League players. They might have even had previous accounts banned, and these are the only accounts they
Yeah.
can play on. You can never really police
Oh.
it comfortably.
We have got the draft law link here. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's full screen this. That was the wrong button.
Well done.
I lost the... I pressed the function button. Oh no, I press Alt instead of function. That messed it up. Okay, there we go. That should be fixed now. Double check I don't have 2 windows open. Yep, okay. Sending stream over to draft. There you go.
The overlay is very fancy, I won't lie.
Thank you. There is a little bit of a software gore going on with like the kill count being underneath the gold count. It's not
You
quite
know,
the most aesthetic,
things happen.
but yeah, with like the whole like the item pop-ups, the level pop-ups, all that stuff is very fancy. Looks like Kent are in the chat, so we will have to be relatively quiet about our usual picks.
And about what our opinions of other universities?
Nah, we slander universities all the time.
That's true.
Happy Chinese Year. Happy Chinese New Year, everybody in the
Yeah.
chat.
Year of the Dragon, that's my year.
I will say, if there are some enemy teammates in the chat at the minute, I would just like to let you know that our team really loves to go Skarner mid. It's a favorite pick of some of our players.
That is
Skarner
true.
mid,
Skarner,
yeah.
everyone loves
Justice for
that.
Skarner.
Justice for Skarner.
Yep.
I must admit, I have to agree with the shield here. I'm hoping to not see another small pick.
It got banned,
Yeah.
so it's not going through.
Oh, perfect.
Interesting
Cassante,
ban.
another champ that's getting a nerf next patch. Being a little bit too overpowered, arguably, in the recent patch.
Just a little bit. Just
Aatrox coming in. Had a bit of
Aatrox. Interesting.
a rough run-in with an Aatrox in C-Team's game. They did eventually win, but Aatrox got kinda fed. Ended up kinda scary. I'm hoping we don't see a repeat of that this game. Alice, you mentioned the bans. The Xin Zhao, I think, is for Tristan's jungle. Cassante is... We do like Cassante quite a bit, so I'm not surprised to see the Cassante coming in there. And
If somebody likes Cassante and he's strong, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Might as well.
And then Smolder is pretty obvious.
I'm just happy to see. I enjoy seeing new champs in League, but I feel like we've been a bit overwhelmed with a Smolder ADC the past few games.
It's everywhere. Every single solo queue game, you see Smolder. It's something.
Oh, at least that means
I'm not
Riot...
gonna say I'm not surprised about Edinburgh picks.
Yeah.
The Trundle Valkaz, kinda to be expected.
Very common picks, makes sense. I'm surprised on the Lulu ban. I understand it, especially.
Maybe their support is just a good Lulu player.
That's true. I haven't really looked into the enemy to know what's really going through A-Team's mind at the moment.
I think they're happy with their picks. They got their 1-6.
Yeah, Riven the Bun. I do have to agree. The 200 Years Gaming, he does have a lot in his kit and can make such a big impact, especially late game. So it made sense as to why he's picked. Trundle Ghost Match.
I think A-Team is pretty happy with their draft so far. Whether it's a good draft is a different question, but they're definitely happy
Yeah.
with it.
I mean,
Not the
the
most
matchups
conventional
so
pick.
far... Are the matchups good? Yes, no, maybe?
Alistair
I feel like
Draven.
it might be rough in the bot lane depending what they pick ADC,
Yeah.
since Alistar Draven is a bit of a strong in the age lane, and Valkaz does not have much of a way to get away from an Alistar.
If Vel'Koz gets caught by the Alistair, as long as the Draven can back it up within arguably about 10 seconds, the Vel'Koz is probably gone.
That is true. But
Oh man. Aphelios gone.
pretty good.
Not good.
Yeah, the two
Is that one
original
of-
200 years is gone.
Is that one of Robin's mains?
Yeah.
He does like it quite a bit.
Are we going to see Hubris on Draven? Now, do you mean, is Hubris like a league thing? Or you just mean like actual Hubris?
It's one of
Yes.
the new items this
Oh,
season. and
okay.
It's pretty strong. We don't see what got banned.
Oh, that's
Can I
interesting.
see it? It was Nocturne. I can see it on my side.
Okay. I guess my window is just a bit buggy then.
It happens.
I mean, I
Yes,
wonder
it
if I
seems
can
good.
refresh. Ah, there we go. That's fixed it.
To give our main caster and some of the chat information if they're wondering, Hubris, it's a lethality item, and it has multiple benefits. One, it creates a statue of yourself at spawn, so I'm sure that's like moral
And it
anyway.
evolves the more
It's-
kills you get.
Very.
It does indeed.
It's a very Draven item, as far as like lore and aesthetics is concerned.
Especially so, I think I'd argue that probably the developers had him in mind while creating it.
Oh yeah.
But the main passive, other than the fancy little statues you make of yourself, is scoring a takedown against an enemy champion within 3 seconds of damaging them grants you 15 attack damage plus 2 per the rank of your statue. So if you get ahead,
Oh.
you're getting a lot of additional attack damage
Yeah.
for 90 seconds.
I can see why it's called hubris.
Yep, and we can see what pretty the obvious pick was from the 18 bot lane. The Zeri coming in,
Yeah.
a safe lane for the Zeri. Quite difficult to get caught, really easy to run away.
Again, Edinburgh's
Not-
going
not
for
best
a not
early
really
game
full tank.
Bot lane.
Jeez.
Very interesting draft. The Kindred is a bit of a surprising pick.
Bit
Not
left
really
field,
sure.
I
yeah.
was gonna say.
I'm not really sure if it's that good versus a Trundle.
Oh, okay. I've remembered. We're moving on to the League client. I've remembered this time. We've got nice animations. This should look very pretty on stream. Why Eddie team didn't ask for Eddie? Oh, did they not? Uh-oh.
Well, we're not in control, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's we're not in
But
their
trust-
chat. We can't
the
tell you
streamers
what's
have
going through their
control-
minds.
They might just be
streamers
very
have thought-
eager to get into the game.
Simply
Lowly
lowly.
Right?
I
Yeah,
mean, I already have enough buttons to be pressing and things to be updating. I don't think if I had to also press game start, we'd be having so many moments of like going 10 minutes because I forgot to press the button.
we need to like get a LAN stream once and have a view
that'd
of
be
the
a
players in this
disaster.
overlay. That'd be great.
So I think the problem there is I'd need to bring my second monitor to the LAN party.
I could bring my monitor for you, you know? I've done it before. It seems like a difficult setup to pull off, though.
Yeah. Okay, so the level 1 bajillion player is the Aatrox.
Alright.
I don't like seeing that. I must admit, I'm not
No.
a fan of that at all.
Oh, I should... Now that we're in-game, I should update the client
The
thing,
name.
put in a little API request. What is
The
the...
names, are they correctly? I think the Alistair name is a bit wonky, but that's just probably the API being the API. And the Draven.
Hold on, what is it looking like on stream?
Their names just don't quite.
Oh, yeah. I think it might be showing us either nicknames, previous usernames that the API hasn't updated, or it's bugging out and showing us stuff from the previous game. Anyway, with all the champions picked, I think we can look at their runes now. So I shall do exactly that. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Does anybody know, now that Riot ID has changed, how you can look up somebody's rank by just their name?
You still can. It's just annoying. Because if you don't know their little thing,
Their number afterwards.
yeah, it's not all of the apps support that very well yet. sometimes they just give you the only player with that name, and sometimes it just tells you the player doesn't exist.
Helpful.
The rune overlay is great though. I will
Yeah.
say.
When I first
Really
found it
great.
and like pressed the button, I was like, oh, that is sick. It's also like separate from the champ select thing. It just happens to be laid out so it does go over the top. So like I can do this. Two separate things.
That is actually crazy.
Oh wow.
What a coincidence.
Yeah. So Camille is on Grasp. Oriana has the little cap thing. I don't know what that does.
Scary.
Summon area.
Yeah, like the champion, kinda, but not really. But
Conk and Conk.
yep.
Again, healing champs, sustain champs, bruiser champs.
Yeah.
Conqueror is the typical rune.
Draven with
Electrical
PTA.
Zoe.
Kind of expected.
Not lethal tempo.
Lethal tempo.
Oh wait,
But
is that
you were
lethal
close.
tempo?
You were really close.
I know, it's one of the yellow
Sorry.
ones. It's one of the yellow ones.
Yep.
Lethal tempo increases your attack speed the more that you auto attack
Ah.
a champion specifically.
Vel'Koz with the Comet. It's pretty standard, I think. And then Aatrox
Glacial
with
Augment.
the... Glacial, that's what it is.
Glacial Augment, again, his whole champ revolves around CC. There's no reason not to acquire that. Occasionally you'll see an Aftershock if he wants to be able to make sure he's tanky while going in, but with Alistair's ultimate, he's typically tanky enough, you might as well just focus on that constant CC, locking down the champs you need to lock down.
You sometimes also run phase rush if the enemy has dashes.
Okay,
Indeed, yeah.
Them down.
I hate to interrupt you here, but it's skins. Who do we think is winning on the skin game?
They have the best skin in the game in Alistar, but the Oriana doesn't have a skin. So
Yeah.
I think Edinburgh wins this one. It's 5
We love to
versus
see
4.
it. The...
I agree on the 5 versus 4. I would argue that the Aatrox does have a better prestige than the Zoe has, but
I think that's, we can say it's a matter of opinion,
Welcome to
although I would
Summer's
tend to agree.
I've never honestly been much of a fan of the Ocean Song. I don't want to say anything bad about Riot and their skin designs, but
minion spawn.
I do feel like they lost
the
the thing from Pool Quarter to Ocean Song.
Some of their skins are not the best, In general, I don't think any of the Draven skins are that good.
Oh. The colors. I have Kent in the sort of like pinkish red and Edinburgh in the blue. Problem is, Edinburgh is on red side, which might be a little confusing. So I'm gonna see if I can change the colors.
Minions have
I'll stick
spawned.
Edinburgh on red and leave Kent on purple. See if that
It might just be, confusing for the viewers, but
I think I'll make Kent a little more purple.
We can confuse the viewers. They'll
There
figure
we
it out,
go.
I'm sure.
yeah.
That should be a bit better now. Overlay still a little... Yeah, I can't fix the overlay. This is just the default one that came with all of, like, the... whatever it is. So I'll look into if I can get that changed for next stream.
Yeah,
Getting it
and
fixed now is a bit of a tall order.
from Kent starting in the bot lane, and an expected start from Tristan, since he very much so likes starting top lane, especially on champions like the Trundle and Xin
Oh,
Zhao,
yeah.
who can self-sufficiently start without having a leash from his top laner. I expect most of the action to be happening bot lane. I would hope.
As you say that,
And
action does
Edinburgh
indeed
going in.
happen. Draven getting pretty low there.
He did. Kent didn't respect the level 2 level up and lost a lot of their HP. They had to blow potions on the...
Camille looking for a grass stack, not getting it.
I think Kent will be waiting till level 3 for the Alistar before they start looking to engage seriously bot lane. Unless they go in with the gank, but Alistar flashes and doesn't use anything, so Edinburgh Team A just runs away, but they blow most of their summoners.
I think that's looking pretty good for us then.
They have the summoner advantage now, and that's can be really rough for the Vel'Koz, who will now no longer be able to flash away or heal to get movement speed. So if the Alistar gets an angle, it might be death for him. The Kindred going in for a trade, and the Kent bot lane moving down, or up actually. They're looking to steal the blue buff while Tristan is stealing their top side jungle. They seem to know that something's happening up there. And they want to go for a trade. Looks like Edinburgh will let them.
Just so you know, Alistar has Hex Flash, not regular Flash.
He has both in theory, right?
Hex Flash is a rune that you can use. So once you've used Flash, Hex Flash is it substitutes it briefly until Flash is back up. I think it's Casper, you'll be able to tell me. Is it 2 uses or is it just 1 use of Hex Flash that you have?
You can use Hex Flash as many times as you want. It's just a cooldown based flash that has a much slower range and a wind up.
Typically,
so you have to wait for it to cast, and then you just get a little dash. And
typically, Alistar would use it here. Wind up.
It's really useful, for example, for when he's sitting in a bush. He might want to, surprise the enemy, or get over a wall in mid lane. Although nowadays ganking mid lane is a bit harder. Kent is going in again, but the Kindred is alone, and she might get caught by
the Trundle.
Is Tristan gonna look for something? He caught.
Is Tristan going too deep? Okay, no, he's backing up.
The Alistar is quite low, and the Zoe was moving down first. It's looking a bit rough for the Kent bot lane. They seem to be struggling to find any engages because the A-team bot lane is playing really safe. And the poke is hitting them hard. The Vel'Koz just doesn't seem to miss, which is to be expected. The gank mid lane now.
Oh,
they hit the
you did
sleep.
say it's harsh to gank mid lane. But we got some massive poke there on the Orianna.
Yeah, the Orianna is a bit low, although she didn't use anything. She might just have to TP back mid lane. But Tristan, the Trundle, first blood bot lane, I missed that. Alistar somehow seems to have died.
Tristan taking the first of the Void Grubs. We like to see this again.
Oh,
Void
yeah.
Grubs, such an impactful element.
If you
Which
get
I honestly think
5,
maybe needs to be.
if you get 5, it's just so much tower damage.
It is, and it's just also really a lot of XP for the jungler.
Oh yeah.
And the Trundle is even with the Kindred.
Aatrox is doing quite a lot of damage to our Camille at the minute.
They're trading hard, but I don't think he has any way to actually catch the Camille. He has no flash, and Camille has both ultimate and flash and can just E away with the hook shot. Kent is looking for the crab. A lot of pings happening. Maybe gonna be looking for the.
Yeah, I mean,
with the wall.
they've probably seen the
Yeah, he's
Vel'Koz
charging
there.
it. He's charging it. They seem to catch on.
Oh,
but he
they're
has
jumping
no
on
way
the.
to get in.
Oh, and
They catch the
Zoe is
Zoe.
down.
Zoe tries to defend him.
Will
and
the
now
vehicles
he
be
got
down?
Vel'Koz as well, who has
Probably,
no
yeah.
sun.
There he
Still.
goes.
And it's the Draven cashing in with, I think that was only a 43 gold cash in, but that is still something.
Speaking of cash, I'll see if I can get up the gold graph.
I can understand wanting to defend a Kindred mark, but they went a bit too far for that and suffered both 2 deaths and a Drake for it.
Yeah, they overextended. They were alone. They maybe thought that the Zoe could help them, but Zoe this early in the game and by herself cannot really do much against the Orianna. Unless she pokes her down first, but Orianna was full HP, full mana, just fresh out of base. Now,
Oh,
The top lane's looking a bit rough for the Aatrox.
Tristan arguably going a bit deep on that.
Going a
Yeah.
bit deep.
I was gonna
no,
say,
no,
that
no,
much health
no,
under tower?
Watch dive.
Oh, that was hard to watch, I must admit.
That was hard to watch. Tristan.
Tristan trying to tank another tower shot to make sure that Camille gets the kill, but doesn't have enough damage. The sleep's not gonna hit.
Ooh, but the Zoe
God.
gets the kill. That's a Zoe classic. The auto attack seems to be doing a million damage.
I believe it was
I
also
think
electrocute
this
kicking in at the
affected
end.
the damage a little bit. And the Kindred is looking for something, hoping she could get her mark, but I don't think that's happening. The 18 is on it. Now Tristan's finally level 6.
Oriana pinging to wait for the ult, Kindred staying.
Kindred's going
Will we
in.
see her now?
The ult is up
There we-
and Faye has
Oh.
flash. That cost him dearly, but he at least survived, which is good for the 18.
Kindred was waiting there for a while as well. Could
Gold
argue
rush
that was a quite
in.
even trade.
Incredibly even. The Kent team is barely 300 gold ahead while they have 2 more kills. It's all the top lane CS gap. That's all the gold difference between the kills. The Trundle is looking bot lane again, but what can he do? They don't really have set up bot lane unless the Valkos hits his abilities. And I don't think they're gonna risk another dive. Even if they could. They might be looking for something. Maybe just a clear vision. While Faye is trading in the mid lane.
Oh,
but he
Tristan
might
going to
not
catch the
know.
Alistair.
Oh,
And a good wall there,
The
stopping
Alistair,
Alistair
what?
from escaping.
What happened there?
Oh, Kindred.
Kindred catching the Zoe,
Oh.
but they're diving the Draven, and he might just be dead.
But
Nicely juggled the aggro. And the Trundle lives with barely any HP. But the Kindred got a kill, a mark, and is probably gonna get another set of the grubs. Which it's a difficult trade for the Edinburgh team. They did get 2 kills and shut down Draven a little bit. But
the
is
kill on
it
the
really
Zoe
worth
and
it?
Void Grubs. Is it worth it?
I mean, I think it's definitely not a bad trade. They did get a gold lead off of that. I'm sure that the Valkos is very happy that he got those kills. And in I wouldn't doubt that in his hands those kills are very worth it. But what can both teams do now? I think they're gonna be waiting for the next Drake.
yeah.
Just to see.
And we do see here, looking at the map, not too much suggesting big team fights coming up soon.
There might be a fight top lane,
Oh.
but the Aatrox has to ult to not die, and the
Yeah, I
Camille
mean,
just runs
He's
away.
low.
He is
looking for the
very
back
low,
there.
but Camille can just back now. Camille has to clear the wave.
Camille's considering stopping his back. Oh,
A little too late.
second too late.
A little too late. Yes. The Draven
And
is
the
left alone, and you
taking
don't
back
know
from
where
the
the...
Aatrox.
They only have one ward defending the Draven. I think the Kindred thinks something's gonna go down bot lane, but
Aatrox going in on Camille here. Camille playing it safe,
they
as she
doing
should.
the Drake is spawning soon, and it's a Hex Stack Drake, which means we won't get a Hex Stack or an Infernal Soul. Leaving-
Aatrox does have the item advantage, so maybe that's why he feels so confident in this.
Yeah.
That was a
might-
nice shield though.
But Camille won't have the TP up.
Okay,
for
Trundle coming in, blocking
the
off the
Trundle
Draven.
coming in.
Alistair down, Draven down too.
Valkos ulti.
That's a
Potentially
big
our
break
mid laner, unless...
for Edinburgh team.
Oh, and that's
Kindred
unfortunate
got
to say.
Zoe. Zoe's not doing the hottest this game, but does it matter when the oh, we missed Aatrox solo killing the Camille topside.
Oh,
Also, the hubris coming through from the Draven. I'm not 100% sure how useful it will be, since He's not doesn't seem to be doing too hot this game.
I'll quickly scroll back for the solo kill and let's see how it happened.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I'll go back
under
for
tower.
that.
Yeah, I think it was just
Caught
a
out
plain
in the pool
outplay.
and just
Oh, I'm
Camille didn't even flash.
messing
Too
up
much
the time
damage.
controls.
It was a bit of a surprise because nothing was used by the Camille in that dive.
it was a simple second Q and an auto attack.
Both teams are dead even in kills, gold, drakes, even in grubs. But I think the Edinburgh team is sitting happy. They scale really hard with this bot lane. While Kent were probably hoping to be winning the bot lane matchup quite hard, but instead they're losing it very, very badly. They're just getting poked left and right, and Alistair might die.
Oh, and the
again.
Alistair
Blast
is
is
caught
in
out.
for no reason, hoping he might pull something out of the hat. But
The Kindred sitting
Oh,
up at the top.
Camille going in, but yeah.
Camille going in,
Camille
Camille
going in,
going
they
in,
were
not
hoping
knowing
that-
Kindred was there.
Trundle's arrived.
with
It's
the-
now a 2v2,
The counter
but
angle.
no.
But
Oh,
Leona
and
peeking
Trundles.
in as well, and they might just get the top lane tower before Zeri can get the bot lane tower. But they're
Tristan
loading up the
flashing
Draven
the
completely.
Oriana ult.
He might just die.
Oh, and the beautiful plays by the Valkos there, taking out the Draven.
The Kent bot lane is really struggling.
Oh,
In a
Tristan
matchup they
jungle,
should
maybe
be
just
winning.
die.
I mean, he's low, 2 swings from Aatrox and he goes down.
That is true.
Maybe
What
not even
will
that.
he do?
Potentially trying to
I
bait the
think
tower
Aatrox will
shots.
look to dive, but he ulted with the subjugate to stay alive, hoping to bait the Aatrox in, but he didn't catch the bait. The Aatrox is playing really well along with the Kindred, but Kent, you know, the top lane and jungle must be a bit frustrated with their bot lane's performance.
Aatrox sitting comfortable here. 3 kills, 1 assist against
Hits are going in, and once
Camille
again,
that's 3
losing
deaths.
all of his HP before anything can happen. And the Zeri goes in
Zeri ult
and
come
Draven misses
out.
his E, and the Zeri is just running them down. Alistair has to go.
Zoe
in
coming in
block.
to secure that kill.
Oh, and the
Oh my god, the Kent bot lane is just not having fun in this game.
Annihilated. Kindred arrives, but just a little too late.
They just seem to be hopeless in this lane, and
oof, the
what can they
Aatrox heading
possibly
over.
do?
Zoe
Always
cancels
trying
back,
to
which
get in, but
could be risky.
cancelled by the grubs. Not the grubs, the Krugs, that's what they're called.
Oh,
Aatrox
and
going in,
I
and
have a
Zoe
feeling-
not pulled
Ooh.
in.
nice
Getting the
movement there
movement
from the
speed from
Zoe.
plat, and Aatrox cannot catch up, so Zoe is out. What is the
Very
game
nice
plan for
movement from the Zoe
both of
there.
the teams is, I think the A team is sitting happy. They're just scaling slowly but surely. Their win condition, their bot lane is doing amazingly well. They finally got their lead, and the
Top
Kent
lane
team
also
let
taking the
Camille
first tower, maybe
get a
getting
tower.
a gold advantage, despite being quite far behind.
Turning the game
Most
around.
likely gonna die. It's the Aatrox and Alistair
Oh.
here, though.
running in, thinking he can do more damage than
Oh.
he
Oh,
can, and
Trundle
his
eliminated by
bot
the
lane
control
couldn't
mage,
follow.
but Camille's escaped.
Yeah, Camille escaped with a bit of a heist. There's no reason why she should have gotten that tower for free, and now Edinburgh bot lane is just gonna get this tower as well, probably. Or no, they're playing safe. They're afraid of the
Alistair,
rest of the
not
team.
Alistair. Aatrox TPing behind, hopefully flank for this
They
fight.
might be looking for a dive or a fight with the.
Oh,
Herald.
and
The Herald
Oh.
misses the tower.
the knockout
Zeri
by
deleted.
Zeri and the Valkyrie.
Vel'Koz too.
The kill going onto the Kindred. The 700, the 500 gold shutdown.
They weren't even caring about the tower there. All they wanted was to knock up on the
They were
two
just looking for
haughty
blood,
bot
and
laners.
it worked out. They got a lot of gold. They got 1,300 gold in shutdowns, or 900 gold in shutdowns there.
And Shelly's still alive. May
That
even
was
hit the
still
second
alive,
tower.
but gets smited by the Trundle. And they got 2 towers there. That's a massive gold swing so quickly, right before Drake spawned.
Two
Maybe not
towers.
right before.
Players.
Nobody
Yeah.
hits the bubble.
Looking
And
at the
they-
gold graph there. Edinburgh had a massive lead, and now it's
They had about a
Gone
2k
straight to
lead, and
Kent.
now they're 2k behind just there from that one play.
Seems like that might be a 5v5 fight here, but
They might be looking for a fight.
Sean in the chat pointing out the Tristan
Doesn't
int.
have 3 ultimates, while Edinburgh has everything.
Oh.
And it looks the Kindred ultimate saving them for so long.
Who got the dragon there?
But Kindred dies and Zoe picks up the shutdown.
Zoe maybe taking out the Orianna here.
Oriana's gonna go
Miss of
down
a
as
Q,
well.
but the auto attacks.
But the Vel'Koz did too much damage with his ultimate, even through the Kindred ult. since
Zoe
it
still
doesn't
looking.
didn't save them for that long. That fight, while they might have gotten the Drake, it was not good. They lost a lot of gold. And the gold is there's only a 400 gold difference. That's nothing at this point of the game. That's one item component for any one of the team members. The gold is dead even again. And Kent might be scratching their heads just a little bit, wondering what went wrong in that fight. They just allowed the Vel'Koz to use his abilities for free for too long. And they tried to capture the Drake instead of actually fighting. Kent really needs to just look for an engage on the 2 main carries. Although now, the Zeri got fed as well, and the poke from her, along with the Vel'Koz, is going to be really hard to live, since they don't really have a front liner. The Aatrox might be a bit tanky, but he's more of a drain tank. He doesn't just soak all the damage. He has to hit someone to live. The Alistar is griefing a little bit, just walking up for the ward, while there's 3 enemies around him, and he has to flash out.
Well, his team have arrived now.
Strategy. As the Baron is spawning, and Edinburgh might be looking for it, but Faye does not have Flash, while Aatrox, sorry, not Flash, TP, but Aatrox doesn't either. So Aatrox back first, and he's running topside. Right now, the Kent team is very disjointed, while the Edinburgh team is walking as a 3-man, and they're gonna
The Vel'Koz
get
ult
Alistar.
once again. Alistair down.
Can Kendrick get the Zeri? Zeri's dead. Trundle's gonna die as well.
Oh
And
no.
now Kent might be looking for the Baron.
Oh,
Vel'Koz
definitely,
has no
definitely.
flash. Their jungle and their main carry are dead. Oh, but the Zoe hits the bubble. The Baron helping them out, and Draven just seems to have died instead of coming to his team. He tried to zone them out. Zoe looking for the Aatrox, and Aatrox is dead. Can't just lose their lead, but now they turn on the enemy.
It's just
and
kill after
Kindred is
kill after
just going
kill.
in, trying to kill everyone and doing their best.
I mean, can
I'm
Faye
not
get
sure
this
if
kill?
Zoe can
No.
survive this. And Kindred picks up 3 kills in that exchange. The gold, exactly what it was.
Yeah,
a little
I'll
bit
see
of
if I can bring up
one
the
kill.
graph again.
It's a tiny swing. Edinburgh thought they were doing well catching the Alistar, but it turns out the ultimate, the Unbreakable Will, is just a bit too strong, even for the Trundle with his Subjugate. I think Trundle just ulted a bit too early before the Alistar even ulted, so it didn't actually steal that much of their resists. And he just lived for a little bit too long. And the next fight, it might be rough for Edinburgh, since Vel'Koz doesn't have flash, Zeri doesn't have flash, but Zeri might have her flash when whatever happens next. But Kent needs to keep forcing the fights, even if they're on such a massive error from the Alistar. It seems to be working for them, while Edinburgh, I think, has to slow it down and poke the enemies before they try to go in. I don't think Trundle is the best engaged champion.
Well, I'll find out here.
He's also not doing so hot this game. Orianna is just split pushing, while Edinburgh is pushing out mid lane looking for the...
Well, we've identified the Aatrox.
Aatrox walked into the bubble and had to flash away to live. And now Edinburgh has the perfect setup to start Baron, but they're not doing anything. They're standing around looking for something. They might be just looking for the Drake instead, scared of the Kent team.
Well,
Alistair
they
can't do
are.
another bubble.
Oh.
He might go to death, but
His
Aesop's
health bar
going in.
went down low there. Massive team fight. Zoe going down. So is the Alistair. Trundle a little bit out of position. I think that was maybe a pull that took him in there.
So many separate fights were happening. Faye got one shot by the Orianna.
We lost the
while
Vel'Koz as
Trundle
well.
And Vel'Koz were losing the fight against Kindred, Aatrox, and the Draven. And
That's-
Edinburgh just lost another fight because they tried to overcomplicate the situation.
That's definitely the Baron going over here.
Definitely the Baron, but Edinburgh
And
might get the break if they're
Drake,
fast enough,
I
but
mean,
no.
No, even with the respawns, Kent has
Yeah,
got priority on it.
I thought the Camille might be looking for something with the Zeri, but they're too afraid, I think. They don't want to commit. They seem just a little bit lost on how to play this comp. They drafted a very strange comp with a lot of poke, but they don't seem to be wanting to do a lot of poke. And they're disengaged. They have decent disengage with Trundle and Camille, but they seem to only want to go in instead of trying to zone the enemy out. One of the issues might be that both their disengaged champions are just not very strong right now. They're very squishy, so they can't really zone the enemy very well. But
Well,
they
we
still might
are
get the
on the
break.
Drake here. Kindred coming in for the smite.
Kindred for the steal and gets it.
Oh
And the
no.
fight starts again. Aatrox
Oh,
goes
that's
in,
not
so
good.
does Camille. And once again, the Camille and Trundle get just zoned down and killed.
But the massive Vel'Koz ult.
Master with the ultimate.
Ah.
It's getting the Alistar and damaging the Draven, but not managing to kill him.
Almost.
Almost. The hubris isn't stacking. It's not doing much. Only 37 more AD, which is like 2 kills. Yeah, I think it's both of these kills were with hubris. So
I have
more
a
of support
feeling
Draven, but
this may be a lost game.
might be losing the game now. Death timers are short. Kent might back off or might just look to commit once again. No, they're gonna back off and they might just look for those bot lane towers. It seems they just want to reset, take their gold, because they have a massive, nearly 9,000 gold lead.
If people have been wondering why Alice hasn't been speaking, she's just in the chat there pointing out League crashed her Discord and Discord crashed her League. Which is unfortunate.
I was wondering that as well, but you know, I didn't want to ask. And I didn't even realize she's just gone.
She's just not in the VC anymore.
She is not. I didn't even hear the sound. But Alistair once again walking up way too far outside of his team, getting caught by the bubble and the Zoe, and the Zoe just eliminates the Alistair like he's nothing. Find themselves in a difficult spot if they can find some of this poke they were looking for, but the Orianna just one-shot the Vel'Koz through the wall. He had both heal and flash, and then the Kindred catches the Camille topside, forcing her to flash, but killing her instead. And now Kindred is a man behind the enemy lines, trying to get out. Will she manage to turn something? She has the ult, so she might look for a fight, but she might just accept her death. And she catches the Zeri. The Zeri goes a bit too far.
Alex,
Doesn't
you need
respect
to
the damage.
trash talk Tristan more often. He's performing now.
It seems that, yeah, Tristan and Tunai and Ryan are not doing so hot this game. The level 1000 Aatrox seems to be showing off, but he just got caught. But just doesn't take enough damage, and he just run away. The Edinburgh A team doesn't have enough damage to kill the Aatrox when he's tanking power for so long. Just because their ABC is dead, they don't have that consistent damage. Since their only consistent damage right now is the Zeri, he was dead, and the Camille and the Trundle just don't do enough. Koenig Ruken first, which is a very questionable decision.
I just
This
brought
is
up the gold graph here. It's
looking rough, isn't it?
yeah.
I'm looking at these items and I'm just having a few questions about the Koenig Ruken versus 4-3 AD champions. I'm only now just building the Frozen Heart. Also, no anti-heal on the side of Edinburgh versus Aatrox and Draven, although neither Draven nor Kindred have built any healing, so maybe that's why. The Alistar is also building a Frozen Heart, although I'm not sure how useful that is, since he is mostly dying to the Zeri, so I think on his side it would be better if he built the Koenig Ruken or something like that. But the Edinburgh team is found in a bit of a pickle. They have to fight for the soul. Baron, I think, is spawning right around the same time.
It's Dragon in 40 seconds, Baron in just under 50.
I don't see the timer, so thank you. But
Oh, if you
might have gotten caught. He's trying to run.
oh,
They're chasing him.
all three of them are.
They need to let them go. I think if they committed, they could have gotten something, but now
Well, the cavalry's here and they're out of
now
position.
the cavalry here, and the Kindred just tanks the damage and kills them instantly. But Faye one-shotting the Draven, and Zeri doing her best, trying to peel and kill everyone. But Faye getting 2 kills now, both the Draven and the Aatrox.
Also,
falling down
and
to no.
the Kindred
And
potentially as
really
well.
Kindred.
Oh
Kindred
no.
finds the kill on the Zeri, and now
Zoe
he
gets
has
the
to look
Alistar
for the
and
next-
the
The Zoe just outplayed the Kent team. with her
Quadra.
kills. You're getting a quadra kill, hitting basically all of it, and even if she doesn't, it doesn't matter because the auto attacks hurt. It seems to feel like all of this game now, it depends on if Faye can perform in a team fight. Before, it was looking like it was the bot lane show, with bot lane getting so much jungle attention from Tristan and also just winning the straight 2v2. But they seem to have faltered. The engaged comp from Kent is working out. And only the Zoe's respecting them enough. Their Edinburgh teams just might get the Drake. I don't think the Kent team can do anything. But Oriana walks up too far.
That was
looking for the steal and just gets caught.
questionable.
A bit questionable. I think she was hoping they wouldn't turn. But now Edinburgh can actually look for the Baron. Especially if Zeri goes with them. But Zeri seems to be just pushing bot lane for some reason. They still might be looking for the Baron as a 4-man, hoping Zeri can split push. So that's a bit dangerous with Kindred doing a lot of damage. They're hesitating. They aren't sure. Zeri is just now rotating towards the Baron, but no, she's looking for the jungle camps.
There's
The
very,
Edinburgh
very
team's
many
looking for the
pings
jungle.
going down around Baron.
Zeri is just taking the long way around, and Kent have started the Baron even though Oriana's dead, but Edinburgh just catches the Draven off the side. Kent also disjointed, not knowing what to do.
Secured a
And
bit of an
Edinburgh
advantage
gets
here.
Again.
Gonna have to capitalize on it.
Can Edinburgh can they do it? They seem to be hesitating. They seem to be just trying to poke them. But can they do it? It's all on the Zoe and the Vel'Koz to poke, but Kindred just goes in and nearly just one-shots the Vel'Koz. Kindred is just so strong. How many marks does Kindred have? Kindred only has 11 marks. That's not only. It gives her 55% move attack speed and a lot of other stats. Like 125 attack range. But neither of the teams do anything at Baron. But Edinburgh has a very good set of vision around the river. So they just know what's happening. But the Trundle is backing, not anymore. I think Edinburgh wants to reset, but Kent is looking to punish them for it. But will they realize that they're resetting and try to get the Baron? The Baron is currently free. If they just go on it, there's nothing Edinburgh can do. I think Kent have finally realized it, and they're looking for the Baron just now, but they're standing around doing nothing. Kent is just standing around doing nothing for 30 seconds. The Baron could have died in that time because the Kindred does so much damage, but now it's a bit too late. Now it's going to be a 50-50. It's going to be a contest because the Edinburgh A-team can move there. The Orianna ultimate catches one. Kindred does not use the ultimate to save the Alistar. And now, it's looking rough. Kindred has to do something. She's looking for the kills. And Aatrox TP's in. They got the Camille, and now they got the Trundle. But the Zoe got the Draven. It just doesn't matter. They don't have enough damage to kill them and finish them off. But the Zoe is looking from behind. And Kindred flashes on top of the Vel'Koz. And the Orianna gets the Zoe. And that's the fight. A very, very disjointed fight from all sides. And taking forever to decide what to do.
Ugly.
And I remember feeling forced to engage is just... Kent is too far ahead, and their comp just doesn't care about being engaged on by Edinburgh's comp. I think Kent might be looking to finish, but again, they're not working together. If they pushed together mid lane, they might just be able to end. But the death timers are ending. Camille is up, the Trundle is up, and then Zeri and Vel'Koz might be up in just a few seconds. Assuming no one dies from the Edinburgh side, it might be free, but the Kindred has ultimate, and she killed the Vel'Koz, but she might not find the next one. The massive ultimate from the Orianna on the Kindred gets another kill, and now Edinburgh is back on the back seat, in the back seat.
This is
Draven flashing on, but doesn't matter when
GG's.
getting killed by the Alistar solo, and he gets him. And now the Trundle is chasing Orianna, but Orianna might be able to get the Trundle, and the Zeri is all that stands between Kent and the victory. And the Alistar goes in, and that's Zeri dead. And Edinburgh have fumbled the bag, and Kent pulled it out of the hat, winning the game with their superior team fighting, because that was definitely not superior decision making.
Ugh.
Somehow, the Alistar with 12 deaths wins the game.
We did not what we wanted to see.
Not what we wanted to see, but it's just a bit of a draft team. I will say it was a really difficult comp to play from Edinburgh's side. They picked poke, but just didn't have the support for the poke, and their two disengaged champions just did not perform this game.
No. Oh man. Well, are we gonna do an interview? I don't think
I
A-Team
will-
wants to
Yeah,
after that. Gold
we
graph?
might just leave them be.
Uh,
The gold graphs are a bit broken in customs right now, unfortunately.
I mean, for stream overlay, it might work. So the previous... Hold on. We're gonna have to,
Unfortunately, when you're in a custom game, it breaks. It works now if you want to use the gold graph. It won't be a gold graph, I guess. It will be just a... Nah, never mind. It's not a gold graph.
So, that's the gold graph, end of game. You see that there?
Yeah. Edinburgh was ahead for a little bit, but then it was...
Tristan
didn't work
screaming.
out.
That's why I have noise cancelling.
Yes, Tristan suffered. You can see great support from his university
Yeah.
compatriots. It was a good try from Edinburgh. They had their chances. Unfortunately, the Kent team they didn't need to think. All they had to do is fight. and fight they did. Yeah, the Kindred did a lot of damage. She kind of carried that
Yeah.
game.
I'll see if I
It
can
really was
get up the
a
League
bit of a Kindred
client.
show.
Da, da,
But when you look
da.
at the damage, you see where Edinburgh was lacking a lot in that top jungle duo. They did not have their best game. I will admit that.
61k Tristan damage.
Yep.
Oh no, it's a typo. Okay.
Yeah.
Totally,
Exactly.
totally. We believe you. Yeah.
Mental
Well.
Tristan.
If you want to hop into the A-Team chat and ask for an interview,
I will try and ask if
but
they want to share their thoughts. But
yeah,
I'll
no
admit,
guarantees.
they're half of them are already gone.
Oh,
So I think
perhaps
we
best
can let
not.
them be.
Proceed at your own. Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw the chat and I think they had a rough night today. They definitely tried. How are the other two teams though? That's the question. I've heard through the grapevine
Oh.
that C team is not doing so hot.
So,
But
C
they have
Team did
not-
win their first game.
Yeah, they won their first and second games. I've
Oh, and
heard of
second.
that. Yes, they won the second game. Apparently it was a long one, but they won it. And I've heard that the third game was not going too hot. I just cannot find them in the standings.
Well, if
they did lose their third game versus Napier Knights. That's a bit sad losing versus the University of the
Napier.
Edinburgh
Oh
University.
no.
It's a bit of a. It's always a bit of a, how to put it. It's a competition, right? Edinburgh
Yeah.
University's friendly competition. How did the Edinburgh A team go?
So B Team are still in their third game,
They're still in their third game.
or at least
going on.
haven't submitted the score yet.
Yeah,
We
will
know
just
A
quickly
Team
check.
didn't get that.
They did finish their game because none of them are in chat.
Ah,
And so I don't know what happened. I can try to get an inside source.
well, C Team lost round 3.
Yes,
Yikes.
C team did lose round 3, but B team,
B Team
I'm
still.
trying to find out. Waiting for
still
an
in it.
answer. Oh, I got an answer. They won their third game. They won, they lost, and they won. They were 2-1 this week. So was C team.
Hey.
I think that means the standings between the teams might be really close. All the Edinburgh teams might be very
I mean-
close in standings.
I was going to say, I think C Team
They
of
might
all
just
the teams have won the most now. Maybe only by
I'm
one.
not sure. I don't. Last week I know they lost one game and won 2, so I think
Yeah.
they're 4 wins now. I think you're right.
Yeah,
I
so
think-
A Team are on 3 wins, B Team are on 3 wins, but C Team's on 4. Now that being said, with
Right.
the Swiss format,
doesn't
they should
guarantee-
be matched a bit more evenly against who they're playing.
Yeah,
So
should be obviously. We saw last week how that for
Yeah.
A team wasn't certainly a guarantee.
Mhm.
Um,
And for B Team, their second game that they did lose today, that was against a team with just more points than them in the tournament, which is usually a sign that they're pretty outclassed anyway. But yeah, overall not too bad.
Overall, it's A team went through changes. B team also went through a lot of changes,
Mm-hmm.
and C team stayed together, which they just have the synergy already inbuilt. While A team only had, they had 3 of the same players, but one of them role swapped, and 2 new players came in this semester. And it seems like they're still working on their synergy and shot calling, because that seems like a bit of an issue right now from the games we've seen. They will win if they can fight, but if they cannot fight, if they don't hand diff the enemy, it might be a bit hard.
Will there be a VOD? Yes, if I remember to set it up like that. But there should be a VOD.
I hope so.
Well,
Is there a way to see tournament standings? The tournament standings are, I think you did you
yeah,
post?
I posted a link to the NUEL site for it, and on that site there's a big button that says standings. And if you click that, it takes you to a Google Doc.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was wanting to say.
I'm not sure
And
if it's
it
been
updated-
updated.
It gets
No.
updated after all the games are finished.
Ah, okay.
And sometimes it takes a little bit because I don't think it's actually automated, by the way.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure it's
think
like someone just hops in and manually does it all.
I'm not sure if it's all like manual, but it definitely has some human intervention. So it sometimes takes a bit longer. Sometimes it's
Okay,
usually
okay.
it's like within an hour of all the games ending, but sometimes it does take a little bit longer. Especially if someone doesn't submit the scores, then it can take a really long time. Yes, I also heard through the grapevine that Edinburgh A team, or actually the B team, they were very happy with their performance today.
Yeah.
So
Oh, no, definitely. Because we only watched the game they lost. But,
which is a bit of an unfortunate moment, right?
yeah, but like they won the other two, and I'm not sure who they were playing for the other two, but if they were more evenly matched and got those both as wins, that's something to
Apparently,
be
their
proud
last
of.
game was a 40-minute game, so I think it was a
Oh.
close one.
Will have to be for 40 minutes. Well,
I think
I
that might be it
guess-
for tonight.
yeah, if there's... Well, it's definitely not going to be an interview. We've watched all the games, had all the discussion. Unless chat has anything to add, I think we can wrap up. And just wait for people to...
Stinky. I mean, for A team maybe.
For A team, yeah, but for C team it was good. B team, we just got unlucky with the game we watched. Thank you, casters. Alice, you're saying that like you weren't casting as well.
Exactly. Thank you for being here for the first two games.
Yeah, thank
and,
you.
You know, I guess it's a good fortune that I came in for the third game, so you wasn't.
Oh
alone.
yeah. My lucky day. Yeah, no, thank you everyone for watching.
Please come
Always
join
nice
next week.
to... The view count actually rose up today because we have now thankfully had a stream where I'm not solo casting and the spectator mode is working. So the viewer count has returned to normal.
Also, if there is anyone from the other universities, we do welcome you to come join every single time. And if you have friends, encourage them. We might not be the most professional stream, but we are a stream.
I mean, we're improving. If you compare it to
We're
like
trying.
our
We're
very
trying our
first
best.
stream. Ugh. Yeah, we've definitely improved.
Getting better.
Well, yeah, I think that's everything. So, from us, our casters, thank you for watching, and goodbye.